I said burning building. Get the out, Jonathan. It's burning. You do not want to be a part of this. You're going to be the scapegoat. Watch. Yeah. Here we are. He ain't even playing.
This is what's going to happen. He's going to go into free agency. Someone's going to offer him something, right? Let's say 4-year, 90. Golden State's going to match it. He's going to beg them not to match it. And then he's going to go somewhere else. He's going to get lowballed to the number that he accepts first. His ego is not going to let him go back to Golden State because of what Golden State did to him.
Gil's Arena talks about Jonathan Kuminga's future with the Golden State Warriors. Check out what they had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Like, ask Steph, like, yo, what are you saying to him?
Yeah.
So, are you helping
Has
him?
anybody
Jimmy, what are y'all?
asked him?
So speaking of Steph, so after the
There's nothing to do to help that man. There's nothing. Right? I hope Sacramento, I hope you're not mad at me still, because what I said last year happened, he's gone. Because they was not signing that money to him.
Who, De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah. There was no way he was going to make that All-NBA so they can pay him that Supermax.
So when you say there's nothing that anybody can do,
only thing
what's Kuminga's, like, his mindset right now? And I'm asking this
tell you
question
what
because I have never been there.
That's his mindset.
But is he even thinking I might play in the playoffs?
No, I'm sure. His mindset is y'all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen every single time.
He didn't want to be. He didn't want to be on y'all time. He wanted to be on like, yo.
Well, he wanted his money.
He won't answer.
He want to play.
I want to know why I'm not playing. That's it.
He knows why he's not playing.
I'm gonna say you don't think he
don't. Because they're not honest with him. No, because they're not honest with him.
He probably got 50% of the answer.
No, because they're not honest with him.
They're not being
that
I was honest with him.
If you watch Gil's Arena presented by Underdog,
He's not listening.
Kuminga not playing back-to-back DMPs, especially when they could have used them a lot in that Clippers game and in the Grizzlies game. But I guess they felt as though we got Jimmy Butler. We're flowing now. Kuminga was out for a few weeks or months with an injury, so he's out of the rotation. So even though he's averaging 15 a game this season, elevated his play by having the addition of Jimmy Butler, they're pretty much saying, like, you know what, bro? Even though you're young, you're 22, we're going to go with the aging veteran that can be playoff Jimmy at any given moment, give us 30 in a game. And if you're Kuminga, it's just a bad look for you. Had an opportunity to sign a contract, I'm believing, to a 5-year, $150 million rookie max extension. He wanted $38 million per year. So again, if you're Kuminga, you bet it on yourself. You thought you were going to get playing time with the departure of Klay Thompson, but I don't think he realized that Jimmy Butler was going to join the team. He was going to suffer an injury and be out of the Warriors rotation.
And he don't know the business side of it.
Hopefully he is listening to us, but that's just...
So this is what's going to happen. He's going to go into free agency. Someone's going to offer him something, right? Let's say 4-year, 90. Golden State's going to match it. He's going to beg them not to match it.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go somewhere else. So he's going to get lowballed to the number that he accepts first.
Because every other team knows right now.
So nobody's going to.
They know that.
So nobody's going to jump out the window. So because I know he's on you time, the other team like me, I'm not going to jump out the window. I'm going to just like 3-year 6, 3-year 7.
Give him a lower
I know he's going to say you. So he's capped right there. He capped himself because his ego is not going to let him go back to Golden State because of what Golden State did to him.
Dirty.
Yeah, it's a dirty game out there, but still, it's all business. Essentially, the Warriors are kind of sabotaging them. We don't want to pay you all this money. You're coming to the end of your contract. Next season will be the last season as a restricted player. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and, keep him back a little bit. He did get injured, so we don't want to rush him out there. Let's kind of, mess up his numbers a little bit. Make the perception out there that, he's not able to keep up with the team out of the rotation. And then when we start talking about money in the offseason, we're going to lowball you. And we may match your offer. Are you going to be willing to come back to the Warriors? Is his ego going to get involved and be like, you know what? I don't want to play on this team. I'm hearing rumors the Warriors could go after Zach LaVine. He's still got a few years left on his contract, making about $44 to $47 million. Do you do a sign-in trade with the Kings to try to get a Zach LaVine that can still give you 20 to 25 a game, only 30 years old, and making $44 to $47 million the next 2 seasons? I think that's an option if you're the Warriors. Now you're going to extend your championship window another 2 to 3 years, so don't be surprised if you hear Kuminga going to the Kings.
Dirty work.
So you got
So because you see how they did Clay,
A bunch
right?
of players.
Well,
So-
they did Clay dirty.
But what did they just
This-
do with? What did they
this
just
and
do with
remember
Jimmy
what
Butler? They just paid Jimmy Butler right
But
away,
then the bad they did to Clay, like so.
and then they play off.
Seeing they Clay over now, so it's
That's crazy, ain't it?
Right.
Ain't that nasty? They just gave it to Jimmy like here.
oh man.
And then,
The new
yeah,
guy.
that's the day. It's
You
the
drafted
day,
me.
man. It's like, damn, you just gave.
I brought y'all
and I gotta do all this.
like you drafted me, right? Like, and you bring the new guy in, and you get him like.
Should have signed the money.
Crap.
So
Because at the end of the day,
Hindsight always 20/20, but
people don't understand this sometimes.
For $5 million.
And you really gotta sometimes step outside the self and say, all right, they just offered me how much for your what?
in the ballpark of $30 million per year. It was
Okay.
reports.
So they're
from
one,
Anthony
what,
Slater, Sam
120?
Amick, and
120.
So they offered me 100. They are trying to give me 120 million.
Gotta take that.
And I say I want 140.
it ain't worth it.
When they say, well, no, you have to think that's his wallet. That's his wallet.
Yeah.
Right? So if he's saying, hey, I don't know, man, we need to go ahead and talk, and he starts day after day, he ain't answering. I have to think, hey, man, I probably said a number he wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah.
Let me take the money he's willing to give me, 120 million. Because that 140, that extra 20 million that I'm trying to get, how much is it gonna cost me if I don't accept the 120?
Never thought about it.
No, they never do.
Never thought about
How much are you losing? You have 120 in your hand. If he says F you, how did that just cost me how much now?
it because
Yeah, you want as much money as possible. That's the goal at the end of the day. How much money can I get in my playing career? So yeah, 20 million is a lot, but if you're being offered 120 million and you want that 140 or 150, if you're willing to, risk it all for 20 or 30 million, what's going to happen if you get an injury? What's going to happen if you get out the rotation? Are you going to be able to get that 120 to 150 after the season? So if you're Kuminga, maybe you overplayed your hand, but he thought he was going to get playing time. With Klay Thompson leaving, I should be able to play, but they wanted to win a championship, got Jimmy Butler. I think they signed him to an extension for about 120 million. So that's 60 less million per season that they can offer you. So Kuminga, he's pretty much out the door. Will they try to retain him for the remainder of the season next season and see if they can do a sign-in trade? Maybe, but you don't want to just offer Kuminga with the $7 million contract to another team. They got a better chance of doing a sign-in trade, agreeing with the Kings for Zach LaVine or maybe some other players in the mix. But you got to see what you can get for Kuminga with the sign-in trade. Can't allow him to walk out the door or to just trade his contract for about 7 or 8 million. You got to get as much as you can for Kuminga.
because I never thought about it when they offered me the 66 jersey. I never thought about like, damn, what if I, right?
Like, what if this don't
What if?
work?
But you
out
got to know
after
your
this?
Yeah.
leverage.
Yeah.
You got to know the open market. You got to know your leverage. If you don't have no leverage, take your 4 years. They're going to play you because now they just invested in you.
It's only a
Then you go
3 year.
on,
It's
you
only a
play-
3-year deal.
Yeah.
3-year deal,
You're
4th year
22
player
years
option.
old.
But did-
You
Let
just
them do
watched,
the man. Let them do
Just
the
just
man.
watch how they did Clay.
He had
Like, what the hell?
because he was playing well
they
enough for them to
leverage.
consider him and us on this couch because we spoke on him being the next franchise guy.
It was a
and
big conversation.
I said, burning building. Get the out, Jonathan. It's burning. You do not want to be a part of this. You're going to be the scapegoat. Watch. Here we are. He ain't even playing. We was talking about him. Gil literally said, "Don't go nowhere. You're the franchise of the. When Steph goes, it's your place. Don't go." Look at him now.
So, but take
Why-
that.
Yeah, after what happened with Klay Thompson, people say the mishandling or just the way that it ended. If you're Kuminga, maybe take the money and just, get that bag. You're going to get playing time. They got to play you. They invested 120 to 130 million. But if you're Kuminga, you're seeing your peers out there making a lot of money. Cade Cunningham, rookie max extension, 224. Franz Wagner, 224. So people that are within his class, the 2021 draft class, they're making bank right now between 190 and 224. So if you're Kuminga, you ended the season great. You thought you were going to make at least, 150 to 200 million, and you got lowballed to, I guess, 120 or 130. If you're Kuminga, man, I think you should have took that money, bet it on yourself in about 4 years. Worst case scenario, at least you got 120 million if anything drastic were to happen.
I feel
bread,
like if
right?
he had
Take that
signed
bread.
The contract, it would have been different.
I said if you sign the deal, you're the man. If you don't sign it, you're gonna be on the bench.
So when I was playing,
Did it 100 times.
when I was playing, just like Austin Reeves, when Austin Reeves was playing well and he
get a
took
lot of
that
money.
50,
Could have got more from the Spurs.
should have got more from the
Anyway.
first deal, right? But he took it,
Look at him.
right?
He'll make so much after this.
This is the same opportunity where if Jonathan takes the deal, do they start playing well again? Do they don't make the move for Jimmy Butler?
So
22
Right?
years old.
Yeah.
Or is he in that move? For
Is he in that move? Is
Yeah.
is it not Wiggins?
Damn.
You still remember you got Wiggins and Kuminga on the
You
same
get rid of
team.
Wiggins. You want to keep the 22-year-old.
Listen, I'm pretty sure they asked for him, and they was like, nah.
That was the talk before
Right?
the
Like,
before
nah,
the
we
trade
got it, we
deadline.
good.
Remember the
trade
trade?
off.
Remember the
Listen,
trade talk?
Trade off.
That was the talk
To
before the
get
deadline.
Jimmy, they was like, let's not get rid of our what? Assets. Who was the future?
Kuminga.
And who else?
That's it.
Pajinski.
Moody.
Pajinski.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get off Pajinski, and they didn't want to get off
Nobody was asking.
Moody. They was asking
The
for
Warriors
him.
were very high on Pajinski.
They did not want to get off of him.
That's why they were comfortable letting
Last
Clay go. I'm just saying
Yeah, again, if you're Kuminga, you're just disappointed because you thought you were going to play a lot. The reshuffling of the team, thinking that they're preparing for the future and the young guys were going to get some run. You fell into the mix. They tried to keep you away from multiple trades to get better, and you were supposed to be their franchise player. But after all this happened with the Jimmy Butler acquisition, him getting that massive contract over the next 2 years, Steph making his money, Draymond still on the books for another year or two, you're pretty much stuck in the middle of nowhere. So if you're Jonathan Kuminga, you got to take a serious look at the NBA landscape and see, which team could potentially you can join to get a huge bag in the next 5 years. Take what you can get now, and then hopefully you don't get injured, nothing major, and then you can make you another $200 million over the next few years. But again, it's looking like Kuminga is going to make anywhere between 120 and 140, depending on which team gets him, or if the Warriors are able to free up space and sign him.
That was the whole thing. They would brung him off. They brung Clay off the bench for Pajinski.
Yeah.
So we looking at Kuminga like, oh, you're the next guy. They
Supposed to
giving
be.
you the ball. Oh yeah, he out there rocking and rolling. Why has the tune changed so much now?
Right.
Then
I'm
sign that
not
deal.
hearing the same fucking vibe.
So
Well, and they got
What did you
Jimmy.
say?
And they got Jimmy.
I said it back then. You don't sign a deal, they're going to bench you. That's just a fact. I
That's what they
don't.
did.
I mean, JJJ. What I say? I don't give what you. I don't give how many blocks you go out there, motherfucker.
Yeah,
They gonna sit you.
yeah.
They gonna sit you. X-ray. Oh, something's wrong. We're gonna sit you because I am not
He's
paying
not
you,
gonna be all NBA now.
JJJ, $300 million.
Third.
Are you kidding me? I don't give a fuck how you out there. Your name is not worth $300 million. You are not Ja Morant. You are not selling these seats for me to pay you $300 million.
He didn't play 65 games.
Huh? But he can't win Defensive Player of the Year.
Gil, let me ask you this.
He didn't play 65.
I think so. There's only what, like 15%.
Is it
Yeah, I saw that, but
is it important for the players to know this information?
They should have an agent who's
When?
had players that done happen.
When?
I'm talking about, is it important for the players to know what you just said about
Yeah, 75.
at the end of the day, I'm not trying to pay you $300 million because your name ain't worth it.
They should.
So if the players know that that's a part of your leverage, marketing, appearance, talking to the media, all that shit, being a franchise guy, $300 million is a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, hell of a lot.
What if the players all know this now and they carry themselves different because you want that money, right? You got to be worth it. Look
Well, you
test,
don't wanna give it to
eye
Luka.
test, talk test, walk test.
They do.
You got to go out here and give us
Appreciate it.
results.
did you hear what she just
What you
said?
say?
They didn't even want to give it to Luka.
He didn't pass the test.
No, he passed the test.
He didn't
Passed
pass
the
the
test.
look test.
Five-time
Yes,
All
he did.
He didn't
NBA.
pass
He
the
passed
look
the test.
test.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
Jersey
didn't. He ain't in public. He wasn't in public passing the public test.
Don't worry. What they told you is some bull. Luka was worth all of it.
Right?
We gonna give it to him. I can tell you that.
Yeah, again, it's a lot of factors that come into play when you want those massive contracts. And just on Kuminga's level, is he worth $220 million? Are people coming to the Warriors games to see Kuminga, or are they still coming to these Warriors games to see Steph Curry make 7 to 10 threes in a game? So, again, a lot of miscalculations on Kuminga's part. It's cool to bet on yourself, but you got to know what's going on outside of your team. What's the market value? How much am I, driving to the Warriors as far as marketing, social media? You got to really crunch all those numbers up and really see, do I take this money that they're offering me now? I'm still going to have generational wealth, Or am I going to bet on myself and thinking I'm going to play a lot this season? I get injured, they get Jimmy Butler, and again, you're on the island by yourself. So we'll see what happens moving forward with Jonathan Kuminga.